Subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon for all the latest news and updates.
India versus Australia fourth ODI. What a thrilling match it was. The way India started attacking Australian bowlers, it seemed like India would comfortably chase the target. But situation turned in visitors' favour and hosts finally lost the match by 21 runs. Well, this is Gulab and you're watching One India News. So all cricket fans now get ready because I have brought the highlights of the thrilling match between India and Australia that was played at Chinnaswamy Stadium, Bangalore. So let's get started. Well, Warner's spectacular turn in his 100th game, Australia put up a commanding score, but it was the pace troika of Pat Cummins, Kane Richardson and Nathan Coulter-Nile who delivered in the slog overs to stifle the Indian batsmen. Let me tell you, Pat Cummins took 1 wicket for 59 in 10 overs, Kane Richardson's 3 for 58 in 10 overs and Nathan Coulter-Nile took 2 wickets for 56 in 10 overs. Manish Pandey, who scored 33 and Jadhav, who scored 65, added 61 runs for the 5th wicket, but both paid for their indiscretion as their dismissals in quick succession brought Australia back in the match. Dhoni, who scored 13 runs off 10 balls, failed to connect majority of his deliveries, playing as many as 6 dot balls during the final overs, proving to be too costly. Once again, it was evident that Dhoni's finishing powers are on the wane and he is happier playing second fiddle. Testimony to Australia's domination at the death was that overs 47, 48, 49 and 50 produced 6, 6, 5 and 7 runs respectively. However, India's chase started in right earnest as Rohit and Rahane adding 106 runs in 18.2 overs. The duo played some classy shots, especially Rohit, who hit as many as 5 effortless sixes compared to a boundary. Rahane at the other end dropped anchor, hitting 6 boundaries and a 6 with India in cruise control mode. In the 19th over, Rahane failed to clear Aaron Finch of Kane Richardson delivery and Rohit was unfortunately run out, partly due to Steve Smith's brilliance and mix-up with skipper Virat Kohli. Kohli, who scored 21 runs, got set before he played on off Nathan Coulter-Nile for the second time in the series as India was suddenly in a spot of bother at 147 for 3. Man of the moment Hardik Pandya, who scored 41 runs, was then joined by Jadhav to add 78 runs for the 4th wicket. It was Pandya who started to take on the bowling, especially leg spinner Adam Zampa, as he hit a boundary and 3 sixes. Jadhav started slowly but then picked up pace and matched Pandya's stroke for stroke. Just then, when they had settled down with a nice partnership, Zampa dropped one shot and Pandya was taken at long off by Warner. Earlier, Warner hit a splendid century in his 100th ODI as Australia put up a commanding total of 334 for 5 against India in the penultimate encounter of the 5-match series. Warner, who struck his 14th ODI 100 in his milestone match, adding 231 for the opening stand with in-form Aaron Finch, who scored 94 runs. Warner scored 124 runs off 119 balls. Australia were looking good for a total close to 400, but the Indian bowlers pulled back in the final 15 overs, in which the visitors could manage only 103 runs. Umesh Yadav was the pick of the bowlers despite being expensive, as he had figures of 4 for 71 in 10 overs to show for his efforts. Kedar Jadhav also did his bit to put brakes on the scoring after the openers raised visions of a mammoth total. Kedar Jadhav took 1 wicket for 38 in 7 overs. Warner, who have had a poor series till date, hit 12 boundaries and 4 sixes, while Finch, who hit 10 boundaries and 3 sixes of 96 balls, missed out on a well-deserved 100. Their dismissals in quick succession did put a halt in scoring rate before Peter Handscomb's 43 of 30 balls and Marcus Stoinis' cameo 15 of 9 balls enabled them to cross the 330-run mark. Kedar started it all by enticing Warner to go for a lofted shot which went straight to Akshay Patel at long on, and then next 2 wickets of skipper Steve Smith, who scored 3 runs, and Finch were bagged by Yadav. Incidentally, Smith's dismissal was Yadav's 100th victim in ODIs. The stage was set for Australia to go after the Indian bowling, being comfortably placed at 248 for 3 in 40 overs. But Travis Head, who scored 29 runs of 38 balls, struggled during the back 10, enabling India at least curtail the Australian total by 20 runs. Head was holed by Ajinkya Rahane at deep square leg fence of Yadav. Handscomb was cleaned up by Yadav after he scored 43 runs of 30 balls with 3 boundaries and 1 6. Matthew Wade, who scored 3 runs, and Stoinis remained unbeaten. Earlier, a fluent approach by both Warner and Finch provided Australia a record first wicket partnership of 231 of 201 balls, beating the previous record of 212 scripted by Geoff Marsh and David Boone against India in Jaipur in 1986. Their partnership was also the highest at Bangalore, beating the previous best of 183 scored by Brad Haddin and Shane Watson against Canada in a 2011 World Cup match. So these were the highlights of the match that was played yesterday between India and Australia. Well, that's all in this video for now. For more latest news and videos, don't forget to subscribe to One India News.